I'm Chanel bandit. I still got vintage garments. Old as my granny. Got my interior all, man. Now outside candy. I put your bitch in bomb, cause she pretty. Hey. Freaking fucking her face. My ass do not come with a waist. I'm impatient, I don't wanna wait. I eat golden, I am what I ate. I fill up at wood with an eighth. And no shame that I hit with some snakes. Catch out on the farm today. I hop in that Ryan race. I never get tired of the hate. Climb up to the top like a gate. You little niggas copy and paste. I go like a bottle of Ace. A Coca-Cola bottle her shake. Hey, I had a ball today. She drinking Chardonnay. When the court didn't have to debate. Jewish lawyer that handled the case. The codeine got a hell of a taste. With the pounds and all of your states. That money, that's all I can say. When I made my first million, I ain't panic. I only drink out this hill. Now I'm done with Zanny. I bought my mama a crib. I'm outstanding. I'm pressing my cousin a pill. Till it's granted. I bought a Chanel heels. I'm Chanel bandit. I still got vintage garments. Old as my granny. Got my interior all, man. Now outside candy. I put your bitch in bomb, man, because she pretty. Hey. Fuckin' whenever I want. I guess I get whatever I want. My some folks on the cat like a don't. Got a jet in the sky like a hawk. I geek up and I get in the zone. I put all the rest in the vault. Hey, we rich in the bud a lot. I made my brother a boss. And she keep that dick in her jaw. Keep receipts of the shit that I bought. Keep my links on my wrist when I floss. Carrot stuck in my teeth when I talk. You gon' notice the season when I walk. It's a pen, this is not a loss. You got the G, that is not a track off. If I put on white, then it's gotta be off. She don't say a word, but her body get tall. Sensible turning me on. You wanna know what the cardio cost? Put a Rolex on the arm. When I made my first million, I ain't panic. I only drink out this hill. Now I'm done with Zanny. I bought my mama a crib. I'm outstanding. I'm pressing my cousin a pill. Till it's granted. I bought a Chanel heels. I'm Chanel bandit. I still got vintage garments. Old as my granny. Got my interior all, man. Now outside candy. I put your bitch in bomb, man, because she pretty.
Today, we're going to talk about the NFL and college football weekend, MLB and NHL plays for tonight, and the Bills versus the Jets on Monday Night Football. This is Behind the Lines. Well, Chad, I thought we were going to get through an entire football game without Jalen Hurts doing something stupid, but then he did this. How are people still in on the Eagles? It makes no sense. This team is a fraud. Jalen Hurts is a fraud. Sirianni is a fraud. This defense is bad. Jalen Hurts has lost a step. He had one good season. Be realistic. This guy's a pick machine. He's inaccurate, and he's not a great passer. Jalen Hurts is a fraud, and so are the Eagles. Go ahead and give me the Rockies on the ML. And I want to fade Arizona once again. No chance they lose a second game in a row to the Rockies, right? No chance.
Snell's locked in, Krabs. The Orioles bats are awful. We're taking it. More so just to make dudes pissed off, really, is why I'm taking it.
I mean, gentlemen, the White Sox are 35-115. They've won 10% of their games for the season in the last 3 fucking games. Whoever is in charge of that squad, organization, program, minor leagues, major leagues, should be fired and not allowed in the sport ever again.
Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama stayed in them apartments, regardless.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 565 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your 2 hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. Maybe you're coming to meet up with Mikey and me and Gootsy up in this Jets game on Monday. You're trying to cop some tickets up there in Jersey. Get your tickets on SeatGeek. Okay, it's not that hard. You plug in the promo code Bookit, you get a discount on your seats. Okay, it's really that simple. 2 + 2 = 4. Just lock in the promo code on SeatGeek and start saving yourself some coins. Okay, W's. Jovan, how we doing? Happy Monday. Moose shit day yesterday.
Yeah, thankfully, college football carried the weekend, which was kind of great, but we're here.
Yep, we are here. The plays yesterday were Moose. I heard somebody in chat say the Titans and the Jags need to be banned. Probably. God, all the dogs were barking last night, man. Or sorry, all the road favorites were barking, and no dogs really came.
There's only 2 dogs that covered.
Yep. Gross. Why don't we hop into the recaps here, chat? We got a lot to go over today, a lot of plays, a lot of games today. We got some early games on the ice as well I want to get to, Jovan. But first, let's go ahead and get over the recaps and hit the weekend squad rides. 1 green, 1 red, 1 push. That Hawaii number was key. Hope some people got plus 21.5. If you didn't, maybe you got to push. If you had 20.5, that's brutal. Titans -3, terrible play. And the Lightning on Friday came through. W play on the ice there, though.
Yeah, W bolts.
Sure. Plus chicken bolts. Love to see it. So we were up some units, or up, a little bit less than a unit on the squad rides this weekend. Still not great. One winner, one push, one loser. Okay. Friday sharp report. We'll take a peep at that as well. 3-2 from me, 3-2 from Jovan as well. And how about Northwestern on the ML coming through? The Terps are absolutely atrocious. They're a joke.
Really bad squad out there in Maryland.
They're a joke. Nobody was there at College Park to see it. I don't blame them. Nobody goes to those games. I wouldn't go support that moose shit program either. Losing to Northwestern at home, bro, come on. What a joke.
That's really bad. Really bad.
What an absolute joke. And then the 5 guys lineup. Hey. Just bad plays.
Some bad squares in there.
Bad plays, bro. Fuck.
It's really just the Titans. Because Pavia.
Yeah.
That had the one fluke touchdown to set it all off. So that wasn't a terrible square. But the Titans bad.
Pavia low-key almost went less than. He only ended with 18, I believe.
Yeah,
so
he
got started out hot, but
he had 12 fantasy in the first 20 something minutes of the game and ended with 18. So he didn't do shit for a majority of the game.
Arizona was a moose play for the Hail Mary, the Jags and Titans. I told Jovan, I said, well, last weekend's NFL was extremely square. Let's take 2 of the sharpest plays, and they both lost. And it was one of the squarest weekends for an NFL Sunday I've seen again, back-to-back weeks. Unbelievable. Generica said Baker passing touchdowns less than worst score of the week. It might be. Saturday and Sunday meat sheets. Take a peep at those. Saturday, really hot start. Didn't close very well. Sunday, we hit one play. Didn't hit a single NFL play. Didn't have many, but not a great Sunday. Saturday, we carried. The PrizePicks squares weren't great, but the book plays were good, especially early on. Okay. Not our greatest Sunday, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't even see McNichols out there on the field.
Too many Bergs.
I didn't see McNichols out there on the field. Zach Ertz came through. Sure.
He did. Never a sweat. Shout out Ertz.
Sure. Drake May came through on his rushing yards. It was weirdly high, and now we know why.
Lamar Jackson.
Sure. All right. NFL and college football previews. Let me take a peep at some of those. Saturday, much better than Sunday. Shout out Rav as well for going 4-1 on the straight bets.
W Rav.
Good shit, Rav. I went 4-1 on straight bets for the weekend preview on Saturday. Split the PrizePicks squares. Jovan, you did much of the same. Actually, the same exact thing.
Literally the same exact thing.
Sure.
I would just like to personally clap it up for the Florida Gators. Somewhat.
Yes, good call.
That one.
Good call.
I'm so mad they didn't win, which part was their own fault. Part was the whole team got fucking hurt, but love that. That was just a Plums game. I had to put Plums on tape, and I'm so mad they didn't win outright.
Yeah, they tried. They should have went for 2. I don't know why they went into fucking overtime thinking they're going to win that game.
What
are they doing?
In the group chat with all the Florida fans, I was bitching, dude. I was like, what are we doing taking a freshman QB to overtime in Neyland Stadium? That's just a crazy decision.
Yeah, I don't get it. But the cover was free. The spread was free. We got Mr. Shrimpy coming in here, dropping a subby as well for 25 months. Let's fucking go. Sure. NFL was atrocious. I didn't get a single pick right for the NFL weekend preview. Not a single one. 0-7. 0-7. Got absolutely crushed yesterday, dude. Absolutely crushed. Saturday, had a great day with the sneak units. I was up almost 2K. Sunday, lost all of it. Terrible. College football for me this week, I went 8-4-1, including that Hawaii push that I had at plus 21 overall. And that also includes a moose shit weekday game as well, with Middle Tennessee State and Louisiana Tech in that under. So I went 8-3-1 on Saturday for college football plays. We take that, but then we lost all the coins on Sunday for NFL. Terrible day. Gosh, man. Well, we're not going to see squares grubbing in the NFL for much longer. It's been 2 straight weeks, though. And you look, I got to just tip my cap here at this point. Squares have been grubbing. Road favorites coming through. NFL ATTSs. And once again, I can't hit these. I really just don't get it. I might as well just throw fucking darts at a dartboard with people's PFPs on there and see if I can pick it that way, because I can't pick it, doing some reconnaissance or research. Can't do it. Those are some of the 3 worst Sunday ATTSs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I can't even say anything, Grubs.
They're fucking terrible, dude.
Pretty bad touchdown scores. But
They're fucking terrible.
Outside of Bucky, even if, I guess if you include Bucky, I was pretty much throwing darts too. Bucky was starting, thought the Bucs were going to win. Didn't know it was going to be by that much, but he got in. Felt like you're going to see a Jameson bomb at some point in Cowboys Stadium. It was just kind of destined. And I don't know, Hopkins, we were betting on the Titans. So, I can't say I had the greatest rationale for those either. They just went through the hoop.
Well, you went 2 and 3. 2 for 3. Love that. Gosh, man, Calvin Ridley. Good thing I traded for him in one of my leagues. He did really good. After the coaches said they were going to fucking feed him the ball. Sure. Yeah, that worked out well. That guy might just suck.
He's kind of bad.
Jeez, man. King of the board giveaway. Let's bring the vibes back up here as we finish up the recaps. Jovan, 5-0. 5-0. I somehow hit Northwestern on the ML there to close it out, and I think it brought me back into plus money, but didn't matter, Jovan. You were up almost 6 units, going 5-0 on King of the board. Can we clap it up for Jovan? Taking command, dominating the King of the board slate. Let's fucking go, dude.
Just decided we were going with some players all week. And it worked.
Well, it worked. I wouldn't change a thing. My goodness, 5-0. Gosh. Can we give away some coins to somebody who believed in the milkman? Somebody who dropped a milk emoji or some sort of Jovan comments in the chat?
We can.
Sure.
We absolutely can. Let's find a milk here.
Go find a goddamn milk emoji, will you?
That's an ad. We don't want that.
What the?
Another ad, I bet.
Okay.
Not locked, man.
Seen a lot of milk emojis. That's good.
BA Sports right here.
Barman Sports. Let me take a picture.
We can.
There we go. Barman Sports, are you in chat right now? Let us know. Show yourself. You just won some free PrizePicks promo. Okay.
He even did the 2 milk emojis. That's hard.
Wow.
That was the difference.
Sure. WBA Sports, hit us up on the BTL account with your email associated with your PrizePicks, and we'll get some coins put in that account. If we don't hear from you, we'll reach out to you. All right, WBA Sports, getting some PrizePicks coins to start the week off. Love that. All right, real quick, before we move on to Steam Krabs, would love to talk about the weekend for just another minute here. I know we started up early on BTL as well. That's because me and Gucci are going up to Jersey to meet up with Mike to go to this Jets and Bills game. So would love to talk about that game plenty tonight. Maybe even craft up a PrizePicks lineup involving that game. But for now, before we get to the Steam Krabs here, let's talk about the weekend. Let's finish up the recaps here. Jovan, what did you learn on Saturday watching college football? I'll go ahead and get it started, though, get the ball rolling. BYU is unfadable. That's what I learned. BYU is an absolute fucking wagon, and they're that team of destiny this season that doesn't matter what the spreads are at, doesn't matter who they're playing, what's going on. That team is a team of destiny this season. The ball bounces their way. They call the right plays. They don't make mistakes. BYU should not be faded. Should not be faded.
Yeah, we definitely learned that, Krabs, from, I guess, the last couple weeks. But yeah, they're good. I'm telling you, they're giving me TCU vibes where, they're not going to go to the national championship like they did 2 years ago, but they're just that team that has all the magic. It's just crazy.
They do.
I'll tell you what I learned, which I felt like I already knew, but I wanted to pay to find out if it was true. Tennessee sucks. Nico sucks. I'm tired of everybody pretending like they're this great team. They're the most fraudulent team, I think, in the top 10. It's really a tragedy that they're still there, and they'll probably not be there after a couple weeks. But he didn't do anything against the Florida defense where he was running into every sack. He couldn't make a throw down the field. He had a couple walk-in touchdowns, couldn't hit the throws. They did nothing. That was a defense that got shredded by pretty much everybody they played, not named Mississippi State and UCF, who also blow. So he's got to show something. I'm tired of that slurp train, and I think it should officially be over.
I also learned that Ashton Jeanty might be unfadable.
Maybe a little bit. The stat line didn't show it necessarily, but if you actually watch the game, they actually defended him pretty well, other than the one big run in the first quarter.
Mm.
So I'm pretty interested because, I mean, he hasn't faced a great defense outside of, I mean, I wouldn't even consider Oregon a great defense, but if he starts playing some better defenses later in the season, which I guess he's going to see one soon, not that he's going to fall off a cliff, but I'm interested to see how he does.
Mm. You learn anything else on Saturday? Watching some college football? We got Prime Bets coming in resubbing. Love to see that.
Prime.
And a boy Prime.
What else did we learn? Will Howard's still bad. And I guess I know he actually didn't have a worse game. He was pretty solid throwing the ball down the field, which was rare. But just like he had some problems at Kansas State in crucial moments, he makes boneheaded decisions. And what do? Why are you scrambling in the middle of the field, a couple seconds left on the clock, knowing it's going to expire? That was the stupidest thing I've seen all week. That was a Dak decision like we saw in the playoffs. Like that. It's the simple reason why I'm such a big Will Howard non-believer, because when it comes down to it, the biggest of the biggest moments, he folds every single time. Every single time.
Yeah. Not wrong. Army and Navy are ranked. We love to see that. Probably should have been ranked last week. I don't even think they played, or Army played. They destroyed UAB, but Navy had a bye. Good to see both those squads getting ranked, still undefeated. They deserve it. They deserve it.
Yeah. Those Notre Dame games are going to be very interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited. That Navy Notre Dame game is going to be awesome. I'm blown that it's not close, or else I'd 100% be hitting that this year. I think it's in a couple weeks too. 2 weeks, I believe. I think Navy plays Charlotte this week after that bye, and then they play Notre Dame up in MetLife.
Yeah, and then
that'll be cool.
I think 2 weeks after that is Army. So, I mean, those games are going to be nuts.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. What else?
We got to mention the team that was projected to be the last in the Big 12. The Sun Devils.
Oh, we can talk. Let's gas up the Sun Devils, because even though it's Friday, they beat Utah, which that was a lot more Utah bad than Arizona State good, other than Scatterbo. But that team is actually pretty good. So no chance. I mean, they might go undefeated, never losing another game. Surely they don't go into Cincinnati, where they're underdogs this week, and lose.
Yeah. I mean, Utah.
I shouldn't have brought that up. I forgot you were going to bring that spread up.
Oh, yeah. Bring that spread up. I mean, I'll tell you what, that's the nuke of the week. That's the Iowa of the week. You can pencil that in now. But, yeah, no chance. No chance they go and lose another game.
We'll see.
Yeah, Arizona State looked great. I like their coach. I mean, one of the best post-game interviews I've watched. The guy went fucking nuts, lost his mind, and just turned into one of the students and just started raging. Guy probably had a great night. And he's an alum of Arizona State as well. So love a coach coming back, player coming back to coach up their squads, try to build up that program. I like what I'm seeing out there for the Sun Devils. And like I said on Friday, did not see a single Sun Devils ticket. Not surprised to see them come through. At least college football has been pretty sharp.
Yeah.
NFL's been moose.
Cam Rising
changes tonight, but man.
Really bad / hurt.
Yeah, he's not bad. He just should not be playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't even throw a football. It's like, what are we doing?
He had no juice. I felt bad watching him, bro. He had no power.
You know, like the books are respecting that rat shit performance a lot, because you see the line this week Utah's getting, which is so odd. They're not even touchdown favorites against TCU in Utah.
Damn.
It's crazy. Actually insane.
Well, remember how slow and bad Kirk Cousins looked in the first game of the season? I haven't heard anybody bitch about his fucking legs.
Yeah.
Of late, right? So it's probably only up for Cam Rising. Like, I don't expect him to be that bad going forward. And as the season goes on, barring another injury or re-aggravating it, he should continue to get better. But let's hope that was as bad as it gets, because it was tough to watch, man. He couldn't even throw the football. Jeez.
Yeah.
No wonder why he hasn't been playing the last couple of weeks. Jesus.
Yeah,
Probably should have kept him out one more week. All right, football-wise, college football-wise, well, I got one more thing. Clemson's legit. I mean, after starting out and losing in the first quarter, when Wake Forest scored first, Clemson didn't even score in the first quarter. I pretty much chalked that team total for Clemson. Boy, was that a stupid move, because Clemson woke up in the second quarter. They got going, and I know Wake Forest isn't good. Their defense is actually terrible. But Clemson's taking care of biz, and they're destroying the ACC teams they should be. I've been impressed by Clemson, and they're coming. They're on the way. Watch out for the Tigers this season. Dabo revenge year. Watch out.
Yeah. I think Cade's been the best quarterback in college football. Just people don't want to talk about it because of
certainly
the
been
Georgia
one of them.
game.
Certainly been one of them. That's for sure. If you took out week 1, and just look that way, he'd probably be the best. His stats are insane.
Yeah.
Now, he hasn't played anybody great. We'll see what happens when he takes a trip to Blacksburg. But, yeah, Cade Klubnik has been really good for Clemson. That's for sure. All right, NFL. What do we learn on NFL Sunday? We can start with the Ravens. Goodsy, you can get up here and talk your shit if you want. GG's Ravens. They beat us. They didn't destroy us, but they beat us. And they played their game. They outcoached us. They outmanned us. I learned that the Commanders are goods, but they're not elite yet. They're not great yet, right? So we took a little bit of a step back. I thought the offense did their job overall. I mean, look, we didn't have Brian Robinson, which was huge because that guy's just an absolute tackle-breaking machine. Definitely could have used him at times to get a couple first downs or maybe even on the goal line. But it didn't matter. Jaden Daniels made it work and put up some points. He wasn't the issue. The offense wasn't the issue. It was the defense. And Lamar absolutely slicing and dicing our Moose secondary. We don't have the guys back there, plain and simple. And Lamar cooked us. Great performance through the air for Lamar. He looked great.
I don't know how you could not be impressed with the Commanders, even in the loss, Krabs. I think they look great. Going on the road without their RB1 and losing by a touchdown against the greatest team of all time, the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, that was a more than respectable performance, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say it was respectable for sure. I wouldn't say I got, extremely excited afterwards. I feel like I already knew what I knew there. I didn't learn anything else. That team is good. They're not great. They're not elite. They still got some work to do, and they don't have the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but they're still playing good football. And they kept it relatively within the number. Depends on what number you got, but kept it within a touchdown. They showed up without a couple of their guys, and they played pretty good. I'm not pissed. I'm not stoked. I know what I know.
Stoked.
The team's pretty good.
I'd be stoked.
I'm not going to say I don't disagree, but I love how every time the Ravens win, the story is the other team.
I just said Lamar had a great game, and the Ravens
I'm
outcoached.
talking to
Jovan,
Jovan pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going on the road. I mean, that's more giving the Ravens respect, like they did. I mean, they beat a rookie quarterback like they're supposed to do. They're a good team, and the Commanders. I mean, they went into the fourth quarter down 2 touchdowns, and they didn't fold. Like that's a respectable performance.
Krabs, I don't know about you, but seeing finally both of these teams be in a position to play a close game against each other excites me a lot. I know they don't play too often, every 4 years, I guess, but that was very cool to see.
Good for the DMV.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
for sure.
Yes.
I mean, the ticket prices weren't that high for no reason. They packed that bitch up. It was absolutely electric.
Yeah.
The atmosphere. And there were a good amount of Commanders fans there. I saw in the crowd too. They showed up.
Yeah, for sure.
They showed up. Saw a video of a Commanders fan getting his ass kicked afterwards for no reason by a Ravens fan. That's why I didn't want to go. Literally people just walking on the street, minding their own business, getting their ass kicked. Crazy. People are built different over there. I'm scared. Scared to go. Happy I didn't with them losing, to be honest. You're right, Goots. You got the fucking key to the city over there. Nobody's touching me if I'm with Gootsy.
No.
That's facts. Gosh, man. Yeah, I'm not super stoked, but I'm not mad. I'm not pissed. I feel like I already know what I knew, and that's that Daniels is legit. And
I feel like
he did pretty solid.
I mean, you know what tilts the scales, though, in that, too, because I felt like they were really good, but also transition into other shit that we learned. I think I learned, not that I already don't have a small sprinkle on this, but Commanders are winning the division. The Eagles are Moose, even though they won. That was a disgusting game that they could have won by 3-4 touchdowns if they really showed out and played any sort of decent off a bye week.
It's not good.
Yeah, they're not good. And the Cowboys, obviously, I mean, that was probably one of the most embarrassing Cowboys performances I have hate watched, and very much enjoyed in the past handful of years sitting here in Texas. That was hilarious. The Lions were stunting on the entire game. We got Laporta getting flea flickers. They got Dan Skipper lining up like he's fucking Megatron on the outside. They're doing design hook and ladders for offensive linemen, like all while beating them by 40. I mean, that was hilarious.
Yeah, Eagles stink. And the Cowboys are not good either. They got absolutely obliterated on Jerry Jones' birthday. Hilarious. W there.
Happy birthday, Jerry.
Shit bet. Happy birthday, Jerry. Watching that shit team. We got Fade God 2424 coming in, resubbing. Let's go, Fade God. Back for more steamed crabs and Jovan's meat sheet. Sure. Flyer Faithful coming in, resubbing as well. Love to see it. Jets ML. I agree. I like that play. Okay. Yeah, prayers up for Hutch. I just got a note right before BTL, he's going to be out for the season. Brutal injury. Never want to see that. And to be honest with you, I said this, watching the game, that probably chalks their Super Bowl chances. because they're going to have that defense make some sort of play. The Lions, and Hutchinson, by far the best player on that defense. Going to be tough for them to make a play in the postseason without their stud on that D line, but we'll see. Lions overperform expectations.
I don't know that anything chalks their Super Bowl chances in the NFC. So it's like it's not like you have that defined top dog. They really got to beat. Because I mean, it's the Commanders, the Vikings, and the Falcons are leading the divisions. And then you have the Niners, who are super banged up, and the Seahawks, who I don't really know what they are at this point. It's like they're right in the mix with everybody.
All right. Anything else for Sunday before we move on to steamed crabs and some plays for today?
One team that I feel like we just kind of give them a pass and never talk about it when they get the shit kicked out of them just because they're fun to watch. Cardinals. I feel like we don't talk about that team enough because they go and like they upset the 49ers like the week before, like they beat the super banged up Rams like to start the season. But other than that, I mean, they've looked like dog shit the entire season. And nobody wants to talk about it because Kyler Murray's cool. The offense is cool. Marvin Harrison, even though he's banged up now, super cool story. McBride's awesome. The defense sucks. We give that team way too much credit. Way too much credit. And I'm kind of at wit's end with it and where I want to start fading them, regardless of what happens with Marvin Harrison Jr. They did not look competitive for a single second in Green Bay yesterday. And I felt like that was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm with you. Packers are also good. They're take care of business. They do their job more often than not. LaFleur gets disrespected for no reason. That guy's an above-average coach at minimum. Packers got a great org, right? We talk about how much organizations matter in all sports. Packers got a great org, top to bottom. They do. That's why they win games. Jordan Love is also good. He might not be elite, but he's good. That I know.
Yeah, I will say he had some very questionable throws yesterday that like that touchdown to Dobbs where he just threw it up and any competent DB picks that off. There were a couple of those throws that he is getting glazed for no reason.
Okay. It's true. You want to talk about your Bucks for a little bit? I mean, they absolutely dominated the Saints.
I don't know what the fuck that second quarter was because we had two tipped picks. I mean, the punt return, like they did everything in their power to make that game weird. I mean, the Saints scored all 27 points in the second quarter, and it was all off of turnovers and special teams. And like Baker threw 3 picks, like 2 of them were tipped, and they gave up the special teams touchdown and all that, and they still scored 51 on the Saints in the Superdome. Like, say what you want about like Spencer Rattler starting or whatever, but Saints defense that everybody was so hyped about, and they've been so good to start the season. And Cam Jordan always talks shit about the Bucks, and 51 on their fucking head top with like 300 yards rushing without RB1. I mean, hang it up, Saints. Literally hang it up. Chris Godwin shat on that team.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did. Ethan Woody, will you do me a favor and DM me on Twitter? I'll make sure you get those coins. Okay, DM the Krabs account on Twitter, please. I'll make sure you get those coin toss coins. We got Mike and KC dropping a resub as well. Let's go, Mike. W's, Mike. What else from Sunday? Steelers with a big time win. I'm blown. I missed that one. Them laying 3.5 on the road to Vegas. Probably should have been a spot there to play.
Beating Aiden O'Connell, big time win now.
Yeah, no way we're saying that's a big time win.
Yeah, it's a crazy big time win, Krabs.
All right. What else? Titans are moose shit, their bands. Jags are moose shit, their bands. I mean, legitimately, the Jags, I'm surprised we haven't heard Peterson got fired yet. I can't believe
it. They're not doing that mid-London trip.
Wait till they get home and settled in.
Sure. Yeah. Drake May looked really good. I'll say that. You won't really, if you're box score watching, I don't know if you'll see that because, I mean, they lost by 20. But, again, he had some very tough luck with a tipped pick and a one-handed interception, and nobody was catching passes, and the offensive line was fucking terrible. But he actually looked pretty good from what I was watching in that game. I was really impressed with some of the throws he was making. Not that I didn't know that was in there or think that was in there for him, but that game, the final score and the box score will not tell you just how good he looked at times in that game, I will say.
Okay. May was slinging the rock. Sure. His rush yards was definitely free. We know that, Billy. Dubs. Okay. Gosh, man, the Joe Flacco season continues as well. Can't fucking make it up. He was making some unbelievable throws. That touchdown pass to Pittman, are you kidding me? Dude. And then to wrap it up, I mean, the Bears deserve some respect as well for that win. It's not just that the Jags are moves. I mean, their offense looked great. Caleb Williams looked great. Seems like he was pretty pissed off about not winning Rookie of the Week. He at least played like it. Absolutely dominated, making great throws in the end zone.
I would hope.
Great throws.
I would hope.
Yeah, but, I mean, he deserves credit. 35 piece in London when everybody was fading him. Came through. Looked great. Yeah. Best game of the season for Caleb. Looked sharp. All right, let's move and groove on the Steam Krabs here, chat. We got Luke Bradley coming in, resubbing as well. Dubs. Let's go ahead and run that shit, Gucci. One of the most public NFL Sundays I have ever witnessed in back-to-back weeks. Back-to-back weeks. I mean, favorites, especially on the road, they absolutely cleaned up. They cleaned up shop. Insane. And all the fucking cute team total overs I took, they were all cake. The overs, they absolutely soared, but the team totals never fucking hit. Absurd. Absolutely absurd. Overs cashed, road favorites. They covered in every single spot. Every single spot on Sunday. Unbelievable, dudes. The public grubbed. I got stung on Sunday. Absolutely stung. Jovan, we got some work to do, man.
We do.
We got some work to do. I'm really hoping that we don't see as public of a Sunday coming up, and at least, for these primetime games this week, really hoping they favor the Sharps, because this is getting ridiculous, dude. Public is clearing up.
Any week with a Monday Night Football doubleheader, there's always some bullshit the entire week. That's what I kind of feel like. So I know we have one this week. Maybe that's the sign.
Well, I hope some people in chat made some money squaring up for Kitch. I certainly did not.
What is this copy pasta, bro?
I certainly did not. We got role player Tony Snell coming in, dropping a subby. If Jovan had 1 million fans, then I'm one of them. If Jovan had 10 fans, then I'm one of them. If Jovan had only 1 fan, then that's me. If Jovan had no fans, then that means I'm no longer on Earth. Okay. Role player Tony Snell. Love that paragraph. W subby as well. You're a beast. You're a beast. Early start today, guys. Me and Gucci got a dip kind of early to go catch the train to go get up to New Jersey and catch this game, Monday Night Football with Mikey. Jets, Bills. All right, we could talk about it a little bit towards the end here. Maybe craft up a PrizePicks lineup to sweat out. Would love to. We got DeGen coming in with a party at 30. Let's go, DeGen. DeGen in the squad. Love it. Hope you guys are doing well. DeGen, hope you had a better Sunday than I did, man. I got crushed. Absolutely crushed. All right. I think that means we're only due here for one thing, gents, and that's probably the wager wheel. I know I certainly owe the people a wager wheel spin after my Sunday.
We got on the wheel.
Gosh, man. Bind to a break, 10 free throw challenge, 1 chip challenge, Yankees World Series future, start Bryce Young in the Bookit Fantasy League, weekend stream, pop tab lineup, win the Natty is Dion. Only NHL plays for a week. Jesus. Those suck.
Moose.
Those suck. Can we add one more? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we got to take off Yankees.
Yeah.
6, 7.
We can add one more.
8, 9. I still feel like the Yankee future would be funny, considering they're probably going to find some fucking way to lose.
Man, I'd have to be win.
Losing colors.
You're going to win, and it's this ALCS.
We could take the Yankees off and put something else in. Chat, you guys have any punishment recs? Let me know. Let me know. Feel like you need to take Bryce Young off of there? I mean, that's still a terrible punishment. It's just as bad as it was when we put it on there, but we could if you guys want. Yankees winning the World Series. Curdy Flirty saying, yeah, that's what Jovan thinks. And I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if they can't win it this year. That's on them, to be completely honest with you. Hype train moving and grooving. DeGen resubbing. Let's go, DeGen.
Let's go.
Sure. Open spot challenge would slap. Dudes. Primer's in for that. Open spot parlay challenge. I don't know if I'm loving any of these options in chat for the punishments. You like the over or under tonight? I probably like the under. I'm not gonna bet it though. I'm gonna play it like a little bit better. Bet Judge home run until he hits one. Jesus. We
You
can
gotta
change
bet.
the.
You got to
Yankees
bet
one
the
to
worst college football game on the board this week.
that. Hit softballs until you hit a nuke. That would take 1 minute. Call in our shot. Ladder collab challenge. Give me a break, dude. Give me a break. All right, let's pivot the Yankees future to betting on Judge to hit a home run every game until he does.
I like that.
Until he hits one, sure. Dubs. Chat wants a ladder. Jesus Christ. All right, let's put ladder challenge on there as the 10th option, I guess. Ladder challenge. I believe that puts us at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. W math. Okay.
We can rip it. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, rip that shit, Gates. And you can't make it up. Bro, why does it always land on the new option? Every single time. Every single time. How does it do it? Goots, how do you do it? Goots is like the seasoned vet at the fucking roulette table who knows how to fucking land that shit right on green. Goots, how do you do it?
I don't know, Krabs. Let's click the button.
How do you do it? Now I got to bet Aaron Judge to hit a nuke on the way up to the fucking Jets and Bills game. I'll literally be right down the street
and
from that game. He's not hitting shit with me in that vicinity. Are you kidding me? He's better not hit one the rest of the fucking postseason. Oh, unbelievable. We got a hype train level 1, level 2. Hey, let's fucking go. Should overrule that spin with ladder challenge. I mean, that's just not how spins work, but we can keep it on there for next time. Tax picks, you'll be at the game. Come say what's up, bro. Let's go. Gosh, man. Bet a fucking Aaron Judge home run every game until he hits one. Guys, this one could take a while. Anybody seen an Aaron Judge about this postseason? Looks like he's swinging with a fucking blindfold on.
It could take years.
All right. We might have to run that one in the next postseason, to be honest with you. Jesus.
Yep.
It might take years. All right. Why don't we hop into the sharp report for the people? Enough bullshit and enough recapping. Why don't we hop in and give the people some winners for tonight? Let's move. Let's groove. We got Dilgod coming in resubbing. I'm convinced myself the Gators were winning if Mertz didn't get hurt. Maybe.
Yeah, so do I.
Maybe Dilgod. Yeah.
So do I.
Trent says, I wish it was the latter. Yeah. I know you do. I know you do.
I bet.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about some winners for today. And how about the Mets on the ML? Sure. System play here. They got embarrassed last night. I mean, they lost, 9-0 in that game? I'm going to go ahead and run it back and take the Mets in game 2 to bounce back after getting punched in the mouth here. Splits look good on the ML. Nobody's taking them on the plus 1.5. And the Dodgers on absolute fuego. I honestly thought there'd be a chance that they get shocked in game 1 after that, great win against the Padres, clinching, advancing to the next round. But they came out guns a-blazing, and they stunned the Mets. They dropped the fucking hammer on them, pretty much said, we're the better squads. It's not even close, and they won 9-0. This is when we lock in and fade after that 9-0 win. We back the Mets on the ML at plus 120, the same line pretty much that they were at yesterday after losing 9-0. Give me the Mets on the ML. If they don't win this game, that future's chalked, but I do like the fact that it's a Dodgers bullpen game. Dodgers bullpen, not really been anything to write home about, in my opinion. And I'll take Manea, who's having a great postseason, in my opinion, to give one more great start out there. Give me the Mets on the ML.
Yeah, daytime Dodgers. Trent's bitching about system fade. Could be.
Daytime Dodgers are cracked. I'll give you that. You're not wrong.
Not cracked.
Fading them?
They're ratchet day.
Okay. It's the plus chicken Dodgers that are a wagon, although they really weren't much of a wagon this season, as much as they were last year. Okay. Yeah, I'll take Manea on the ML, and yeah, I'll fade the daytime Dodgers. Sure. Sign me up. We got a hype train. Jovan, level 2, moving and grooving, 50%. Chat, can we get to level 3? Come on, make it happen. Make it happen. Jovan?
Make it happen.
No, let's get to your plays here.
Oh.
What do you got?
Pens. We're on the same page
Ooh.
with that one.
Good.
Playing the Habs, which Montembeau is going to be in net. Montembozo. He's looked like the greatest goalie of all time early on in the season. He shut out the Leafs and then gave up a singular goal on his last start. I think he's eclipsing both of those in the first period today against the Pens. But, I mean, his team is rat. They're hanging minus 130 on the road, I think, for a very good reason. The thing with the Habs is their lines are so front-loaded, but they don't get, like, incredibly dangerous chances. They kind of live off of fluke shit. And if you're playing the Pens, who, like, defensively, they're going to give you a lot of high-danger chances. If you're not a team that's really going to take advantage of that, then you're not a team that I'm incredibly scared of. So, like, I want the Pens in this one because I feel like this game suits them a lot better. The big hurdle is getting over Montembeau and how good he's been. And I think with the line being where it is, them on the road and steaming their way, that tells you all you need to know about how the greatest goalie of all time is going to perform today. And I think you get a good game from Jari, too. We'll say that. I think the total should be a little higher, too, I would say. So I want to lean into that for both of these teams. And give me the fucking Pens. Rav's job online today.
Damn, they're up to minus 140 now? Jesus.
Yeah.
Huh. More steam than they were earlier today before BTO when they were minus 130.
Yeah.
All right. Pitt coming off a loss. Canadians coming off a win. Canadians have looked much sharper so far this season. Penguins already got 2 L's. I think it's Pitt on the ML here on the red. Love the play. And absolutely love that you're on it as well. Jets freaking out. They're losing their absolute minds about that little T in the bottom right sector.
Yeah.
Chat, that's obviously the Rangers on the ice. Obviously the Rangers on the ice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it is parlay with Cal this weekend, which might be throwing people off as well. But, Jovan, you've had some good success with these 2 pieces. All right, we'll swing back to that and talk about that in a moment. Let's go back to my plays here. W gatekeeping. We got the Penguins on the ML as well. I'm right there with you, Jovan. Love the splits. Love the ML catching some steam as well here. After not a great start to the season for Pitt. Montreal looking a little bit sharper. That's some serious respect for the Penguins on the road here. And I'm willing to get involved. First hockey play of the season. Give me the Penguins on the ML.
Sure.
Love it.
Let's go.
And then, Battleberg, Chad, how about it? Give me the Jets plus 1.5. Already locked it in. You might not be able to get the half anymore. It might just be +1. System play here. Coaches fired system. I'm going to back the Jets no matter what here. Do I love that the Bills are coming in off of 2 atrocious games? No, I don't. Do I love that they're banged up as well? Obviously not. Okay, but it's a system play. It has to be taken. And the Jets are looking pretty sharp. And after we saw all the road favorites take care of business yesterday and cover, I think maybe we get the Jets on Monday Night Football here after firing their coach. Let Aaron Rodgers cook. Although what I really think they're going to do is feed the ball to Breece Hall for the first time really this season.
Yeah. I would like to say I think that's what's going to happen too, because Breece Hall, I mean, that looks like one of the freest props of century, and it's all over Twitter. But this is the first game that Aaron Rodgers kind of has the reins now, which usually I would want to lean into. You got the coaches fired system, and the Aaron Rodgers offense has looked like dog shit for a couple weeks now, and you got some sort of a bounce back here, but it's almost too sharp, Krabs. Which is why I want to bet on the opposite side of it. We got all those favorites that covered yesterday, especially on the road, and this is one of the few that it seems nobody wants. So I'm going to have to lock into it and take the Bills, especially being with how this game played out last year when the Jets made Josh Allen look like the worst quarterback maybe of all time, even without Aaron Rodgers at the helm, because that was the game he got hurt to start the season. So I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to go to Burke. I don't love it, but I'm going to have to go to Burke. Didn't want to push the button, but we're here.
Well, good luck. All right. I hope you can get your 9th straight road cover here, because that would be absurd.
Yeah.
That would be absurd. Chat, what do you guys think? Is it the Bills tonight or is it the Jets tonight at home after firing their coach? Jovan, I don't disagree with anything you said, although let's be honest here, Aaron Rodgers probably had the reins already this whole time. I really don't think it's going to change much on offense. I really don't. You're telling me he wasn't running the show, calling the shots already? No chance
I mean,
he'd be
he
there
was.
anyways if he wasn't.
I just feel like this is the game where they should feed the ball to Breece Hall, but Aaron Rodgers, who is now like officially calling the shots, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to go out and try to prove this is his offense that can be fixed. So, like, not that the Bills are just this vaunted pass defense and terrible run defense, but if they want to really dominate this game and win this game, I feel like you got to take the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands. And I feel like his ego in first game without Salah is not going to allow them to do that.
Well, the Bills do have a really bad rush defense.
Really
At least
bad.
so far this season, they are bottom 6 in the NFL. So I do think Breece Hall is going to be the one getting up and moving, and the Aaron Rodgers angle might be a little bit too easy, but we'll see how it plays out. All right.
See.
I like Breece Hall for a couple reasons. Number one, football-wise, against this new shit rush defense, I feel like if the Jets are going to move the rock and have any success, it's probably going to have to be through the grounds. And I also like how high his rushing yards is, especially when they're still dogs. His receiving yard square was also pretty high. We'll talk about it in a moment here. Okay. Awesome. And Goots, I can't see the screen. I don't know if there was a button maybe pushed or if we can go back to that, but it's not the biggest of deals. All right. We can keep moving and grooving here. There we go. Dubs. And Jovan, I would love to hear your Rangers and Cal sell job here on this 2-piece.
Well, the Rangers are playing the Red Wings today, and the Red Wings, I believe, are coming off of a shutout. Not them getting shut out, but I think they shut out the Preds, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that real quick. They did. They shut out one of the trendiest teams in all of hockey because they made these off-season signings. I've been telling you that I wanted to fade the Preds, and not that I did in that game, but they've come out of the gate super slow. So the Red Wings are coming down their high horse. Igor just had an absolute stinker against Utah, who is like I don't even know what to compare them to, but early on this season, they're like the Canucks started out last season, where they're just on fire, even as dogs, and they look really good to start. They're burning a lot of like seemingly sharp spots already. But Igor gave up 6 goals in an OT loss. He looked absolutely horrible. He's going to be back in net tonight. Feels like the spot. Maybe call it obvious, call it what you want, but a bounce back for the Rangers, and Igor has a pretty solid performance in net. So I'm taking them on the ML. I mean, games can be tight. We know how it works in the Garden too. And then I'm pairing it with Cal, who is they're like 10-point favorites against NC State this week. Coming back home, they ain't losing that fucking game. Might be closer than the spread would indicate, but they're not losing that game.
Okay. All right. Well, another crazy Jovan 2-piece here that might take a couple nights. Okay, you might have to wait this one out, chat, but I will give you some credit, Jovan. Overall, these have done pretty well. All right, so you might have to wait, but sometimes, chat, you got to wait for the things you love the most. You got to wait for the best things in life. You might have to wait till this weekend.
Only one that was cake, as of recent anyway, was the Bengals Commanders one, which by the time we got to that game, I didn't even want to place that, or didn't feel good about that anyway. But when we get to Saturday, hopefully it'll be the same sentiment.
Sure. All right, let's get to some PrizePicks squares here, chat. Give you guys some squares that we like for tonight. W Fat Girl's coming in with a resub, pulled pork short. W's. Shelly 5U. We got a Shelly 5U whale. What's he on, chat? Let me know.
Whales.
Let me know, chat. Let me know what he's on. All right, PrizePicks squares. Yep, I already mentioned Breece Hall. I like his rush and receiving combo. Maybe that'll give me a little bit more leeway if we think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers trying to be a superhero, doing it all himself. But I really don't see a world where the Jets, if they win this game and cover like I'm expecting, if they don't hand the ball off to Breece Hall and he doesn't have his best game of the season, which really isn't asking much. He's not been great. But against this Buffalo defense that's given up 144 yards on the ground on average, 26th best in football so far this season, I think there's a reason why Breece Hall's rushing yards is so high and his receiving yards is pretty high as well. So I took the combo just in case, and hopefully he can break one against this pretty banged up Bills defense. I like Breece Hall. I like the Jets. I think this is the perfect way to square up and back a goat, I guess you could say, in Breece Hall, although he hasn't been playing like it. Love this combo for him. And then Aaron Rodgers, he's got that pick square up, Jovan. It's pretty green. He's been throwing some picks, trying to do too much. I think, he gets to hit the reset button after the coach gets fired. He gets to blame all those shit games on him, and he gets to restart. And honestly, like I just talked about with Breece Hall, I do think it's going to be more of a rushing attack for the Jets today. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be really hucking the ball that much, or as much as people are expecting in this game. So if they can get a lead, if they can hold the lead, and their defense can show up after firing Salah, which I am, banking on here for not only these PrizePicks squares, but also, for the fucking book play on the Jets as well. If their defense can't show up, they're toasting this game anyways. I think Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be hucking the ball 40, 50 times, pulling a Kirk Cousins on primetime here. I think he keeps the ball secure and hands it off a ton. And I love that less than interception that's up against the Bills defense. It's been better than people have expected overall this season. Still has some injuries. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is throwing a pick after he hits that reset button.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Word. Let's fucking go. We got college basketball polls getting dropped, chat. No way. No way. First CBB poll just dropped. Wow. We're getting close, chat. We're getting pretty close. Let's take a peep at Jovan Squares. Let's see what he's cooking up for today.
I'm going to take Alan Lazard because I feel like a lot of the reason why I kind of like the Bills in this spot, talking about the whole Aaron Rodgers ego thing and what he was doing last week. I feel like what he was doing last week was to make a point. It wasn't just the fact that they wanted to get the ball to their best players, sure, with Garrett Wilson, 20-plus targets. I feel like that was to make a point and to say force-feeding the ball to Garrett Wilson, which is what everybody has been complaining about for the entire season, even though it's really a product of tougher matchups that he's had. It's not the answer to success. So now that Aaron Rodgers has kind of the freedom to do what he wants in this offense, like granted, like Salah's more on the defensive side than anything, the story of this game is going to have to be Aaron Rodgers, this is your team. Go and fucking take it. Go do what you're going to do and take control. And what do you think he's going to do? I think he's going to throw to his guys that have made him comfortable. With Garrett Wilson all season, like, yeah, he's had not been on the same page with him. Their timing really hasn't been there, but he's also had some tough matchups involved. With Alan Lazard, he's been kind of the guy that oddly looks like he's on par with him. And I'll say oddly because obviously they were together for a couple years now. So, like, they know each other. That's why he's there in the first place. But that's kind of the matchup I want to attack, especially now they're lining him up a lot more in the slot where the Bills have been getting drilled. So, yes, like the weak point of attack would be Breece Hall. But if you're going to have Aaron Rodgers keeping the ball in his hands, which I think he's going to want to, I think he's going to target Alan Lazard quite a few times. So, like, I feel like that's where the splash plays is going to go. And then Josh Allen taking his rushing yards. It's a big game. Josh Allen runs in those games. Very popular narrative. But he also is coming into this game with like Shakir banged up. I don't know if he's officially playing or not yet. James Cook is even banged up. And the Jets pass rush is really good. So I feel like you're going to have not only a good amount of scrambles out of Josh Allen when he's going to have to make plays with his legs, but I feel like they're going to design a couple more runs from him as well. I know he got banged up a little bit last week, but he's fine. And if you're going to have any sort of success in this game, I feel like you're going to have to lean on his legs quite a bit outside of just the pass rush aspect of it. So I think he's going to have a pretty big game with his legs, and that's how they're going to keep themselves in this game because
he's going to
realistically, yeah, he's going to have to because the rest of that offense is banged up in pretty much every single sort of way. And I feel like without potentially Shakir, or if you're going to see Shakir not fully healthy and playing or whatever it is, I wouldn't be very excited from Josh Allen seeing the wide receiving core and what they did last week without him on the field. So use your legs, brother.
He's probably going to have to. He's not going to have a choice.
Yeah.
Keeping him in that game, having an MVP type season once again. MVP type game once again. I'm not doubting that. Do you think Josh Allen will keep them in this game? But I'm hoping the Jets defense can do enough. Hopefully he can still break some runs though. We can cash both of those. Pega, yes, we can stop betting the Titans and Jags. Not forever though. We can at least put them in timeout for now. Okay. Gucci, did I see you pulling up the college basketball brackets? Or sorry, the rankings that just got released? Do you want to talk about them? Jovan, you want to take a peep? I do have the tweet right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to send you the tweet, Goots? All right.
W's.
Yeah, I'm down to take a peep at that. Not really surprised to see a lot of these teams towards the top. Curious to see what Chad thinks about the AP Top 25. Guys, we've got college basketball in less than a month. Get ready. Get excited. Lock in. All right, start doing some research. You're going to need to. Okay, because we got a lot of changes this season. A lot of moving parts, a lot of moving players, a lot of moving coaches. A lot of changes. Yeah, this AP poll looks pretty good to me. Pretty good to me. We've got Kansas at number 1, chat. Not really surprised there.
Wow.
We got Bama at number 2.
I'll tell you what I did not expect, and this is not like a bias thing because I'm backing them in football too, just conveniently, but you see number 20?
Cincy.
I think that's one of the best teams in the Big 12.
Hmm.
I'm shocked that they're getting this much respect early, and I love to see it for them.
UConn's 3, chat. UConn's 3. Yeah, we got it up now. W's. Yeah, Kansas, Bama, UConn, Houston, and Iowa State to round out that top 5. I mean, those teams are fucking stacked. Absolutely stacked. Obviously, Bama is going to be loaded. They got a ton of really good transfers this season. Kansas always does. UConn, They'll be a dynasty, a wagon once again as well. Houston, Iowa State, always good. But Iowa State getting some serious respect early on this season, probably a little bit more than typical. Ranked 5th preseason. Yeah, they're going to be really good once again. Gonzaga, obviously, they'll be really good too. Duke hanging around top 10 as they always are. Really never seen an AP poll where they're not top 10. Baylor, UNC, Arizona. I mean, it's pretty much the same faces. The only new real surprises here for 2025, I mean, Indiana getting some early respect here after kind of a down year. Cincy, like you said, Jovan, getting some early respect. Love to see that. Kentucky only ranked 23. Obviously, losing Kyle Perry is huge there. Arkansas ranked ahead of them at 16. Yeah. And then Ole Miss and Padula, can't make this up, ranked 24. Okay.
You surprised St. John's isn't on here.
I'll tell you who I'm surprised isn't on here. It's Rutgers.
They are 25.
Okay, there they are, right in front of my face. Sure.
Not
good.
Rutgers.
Well, then, yeah, I really got no problems.
Rutgers got to show it to me, man. We do this song and dance every year. I know it's probably the most talented they've been in the couple years that we've done this whole.
Probably the most talented
Rutgers is going to be. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just show it to me first. You got to see it.
Yeah. Well, if they lose early, I mean, they'll be taken out of this poll immediately. They're only 25. I feel like with those two guys committing there, I mean, they got 2 top 3 prospects in college basketball. Probably deserve to be on here preseason, just talent alone wise. But again, those teams, I mean, you'll get corrected real quick. You drop a game or 2 early, you will not be back on this AP top 25. No chance.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at their schedule, but they usually play a dog shit non-conference.
Right.
So I'm interested to see if they play anybody half decent.
Ken Palm has Auburn at 3, and they're 11 on the AP.
Ooh, they do have some games in that tournament.
Ken Palm's got Cincy at 17. Javon?
Cincy,
I think he's got St. John's at 10 too. So, yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. But
I could be wrong, but I know it's in the top 25 in Ken Palm.
Well, Cincy though, Krabs. Have you seen that Cincy roster?
Who have they added?
I mean,
I love their coach.
Really, they're just old. Like, they still have Bandogo. They still have CJ Frederick. They still have Lukosius. They still have Skillings. They still have Day Thomas. They added Dylan Mitchell, which is huge because they need some athletic bigs. They got Connor Hickman from Bradley, too. Like, they are one of the most, I don't know, experienced teams in the Big 12. They're going to be fucking good. Same thing with Baylor. That Baylor roster is super interesting.
Chat's asking if there a guy on a new team that's really standing out that I think is going to tweak. I mean, Khalif Battle on Gonzaga, I think is going to be an absolute menace. You finally got some help for Graham Ike as well, who has somehow another year of eligibility. The guy's been playing for fucking 10 years. It's crazy. Gonzaga, I think, will be really good once again this season because you've got, obviously, the big 2, that duo of Graham Ike and Khalif Battle, who I think is one of the best guards in the country. He proved that last year on a shit team. He absolutely tweaked. Imagine what he's going to do this year on a really good, well-coached squad. And then Ben Gregg as well. They got a couple really good glue guys, some big guys, who I think could be an issue this year. And then Nolan Hickman's back as well. Braden Smith getting involved as well. This team is going to be good. Ryan Nemhard back again. There's a reason why Gonzaga is getting some respect early on, number 6.
Yeah, I mean, that team is ridiculous. Somebody mentioned Pop Isaacs on Creighton. That's going to kill that team. That's going to kill that team. As much as I would love to, because I'm a big bet on Pop Isaacs guy because he fucking chucks. That's going to kill that team. I think that is subtraction by addition.
Okay. Yeah, and a turnover machine like Dyson saying in chat, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
That doesn't fit, dude. It doesn't fit at all.
Ole Miss fucking ranked, bro. Give me a break. Give me a break with that, dude. I need to look at their roster, see who else they added.
They're a solid little team, Krabs. I don't know if they should be ranked yet, but team's not bad.
I mean, yeah, they still got Brakefield, who's a really good forward. They've got Padula as well. Who else have they added? Oh my gosh, they have Makeel Brown-Jones from Greensboro.
Yeah.
Absolute beast. Damn. And they had Malik Dia, the big man from Belmont as well. No wonder why Ole Miss is ranked. Dre Davis from Seton Hall, too. They got Jovan Benson coming over from Hampton as well. He was their best player this senior, the forwards. They've got a good squad, man.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're getting some preseason hype. Sean Padula, obviously, I already mentioned. I mean, that kid speaks for himself. He's a beast. I'll be rooting for him still. Ole Miss will be good. There's a reason why they're ranked. Okay. All right. Well, hey, we could talk about the AP poll and college basketball all fucking day, chat, but we do still have some time. I think I'd rather go over some plays for the peeps. You know, we've got some early NHL games, Jovan. I don't know. Maybe we could talk about those 3 games real quick that start up in about 30 minutes. You want to go over those games real quick?
Yeah, I guess we can. I don't really have any plays in them, so we can talk about them.
I'm sure the chat would love a play. I mean, don't force anything. If you don't see anything, it's fine. But you want to talk through some of these games?
Well, we do have a Chelly 5U geyser in one of these games, which is pretty interesting. He's on the Panthers team total under.
Huh.
Which, I mean, I guess it makes all the sense in the world. Could be, because Panthers absolutely blitzed the Bruins in the first game, and now they're missing some offensive pieces. So they're facing for the second time on the road this time. So he's leaning into that, which I can certainly respect. That's a really weird game.
The juice on the under moved from plus 105 to minus 105 for that under 5.5. So I love that already. Love the Boston's catching steam. And you said Florida, their only win this year was when they already destroyed Boston. If that's the case, I definitely like that team total under for Florida.
I mean, it was with a much worse goalie in that, so it makes sense. And now Swayman's in that, so it's a lot different of a situation. But yes,
but you'd say you got no qualms taking that play, right?
I have no qualms. Okay.
All right, Chad. Maybe it's tailing the Chelly 5-unit whale on the ice. Early start, Florida team total under. What about Utah, Jersey? 2 teams off to some pretty hot starts here, Jovan. 2 teams people probably didn't expect to be off to this hot of starts. Only 1 loss between these 2 squads and 6 wins combined. What are your thoughts on the hockey club off to a great start? Reminds me of when Vegas got going off to a great start when they were a brand new team.
Well, I will say people definitely expected New Jersey to get off to a hot start because them and the Preds, like I've been telling you, most popular teams in the offseason coming in now. Utah, I guess, wasn't too far behind, but they've won as dogs in some spots. So I want to definitely find some spots to fade Utah. I don't know that I'm going to be in love with doing it against the Devils today because they're kind of in the same situation. I guess I'll probably lean with Utah, but I have absolutely no desire to be betting on a team in the middle of an insanity run.
Could it be the over? Like our guy saying in chat?
Could be the over.
Over 6.5.
Yeah, I don't hate that. For context for you, that's probably like taking what? Like, I'm trying to think of it's like one of the most obvious overs of all time.
It's like taking the Ravens Commanders ever.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe Bengals and somebody. I guess before yesterday. Bengals, Lions, or some shit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would lean Utah in the ML to stay undefeated here on the roads, catching some steam down from plus 150, and probably that over as well. But if you're saying it's a little square, I got no problems just letting that one splooge on its own.
Yeah.
And maybe just tailing Kelly's play there.
There's not many like very obvious overs on the board today, especially in the early slate. I mean, that's the only one that's glaringly obvious. So, I mean, that could just be one you get.
Okay. I mean, yeah, the Commanders ever did hit somehow.
Yeah.
All right. And then what about the Kings and the Senators? Any leans in that game?
That game is fucking rat shit. I'll tell you that. The Kings coming into the season, I mean, they're super old, super banged up now too. They just lost a barn burner against the Bruins in their last game. So like pretty high on the Sens. They just let down pretty much everybody because everybody nuked them. In the same situation that we're in now with the Pens, talking about like Montembeau's insanity run, the same reason people faded them last time when they played against the Sens in their last game, which they were fucking terrible in. So it very well could be the Sens in this one. I'm just not trying to pick my spots because I'm taking the Rangers and Pens today, which are 2 favorites. So I gotta protect.
Gotta protect it. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I don't want to bet that game. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. All right. Chat, we got some early leans for those early NHL games. If you guys are trying to get involved, just talk through those early 3 starts there. 1 p.m. Eastern, about 25 minutes till we get some early day game hockey. Electric. All right. Love it. Let's move. Let's groove here. What else we have to talk about for today? We took a trip to the ice. Obviously, we got the squad ride coming up here in a moment. Maybe we could talk a little bit more about this Monday Night Football game or baseball.
Sure.
Right. 2 baseball games tonight. Obviously, Monday Night Football on tonight as well. Looks like the Bills still laying around -1. Obviously, that line has come down because of injury concern, I'm assuming, right? I don't think it's because of the money, although the spread is pretty even, to be honest with you, which is probably a good sign for Bills bettors. But we've seen a lot of favorites taking care of business on the road this weekend, and I'm still trusting my guns and taking the Jets here. I think they take care of business in a coach's fired system. What do you think about the total in this game, Jovan? Do you think it goes over or under? I saw people in chat saying it's a pretty low total for a Josh Allen game, but they got a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball, and obviously the Jets lean on their defense here, and they're at home. You like the under, or do you think it makes too much sense?
I don't hate the under. Definitely not going to say anything too, because like you were talking about the wind in this game, which definitely plays a part in the totals in the NFL, and I know it's a system that a lot of people love to play. So it seems to be a factor today. The total is starting to move back up though, which I thought was one of the things that was very interesting, compounded with the fact that I'm like the Bills team total is at 21.5, which is I feel like that's an interesting number for it to be sitting at and bouncing back and forth with, knowing that nobody's really expecting the Bills to score because their offense is super banged up. And the last time they went into MetLife, it was a fully healthy cast, and you had a much worse Jets team on the other side, and it was disaster. Probably the worst game of the season for the Bills. So I don't know. Like my first instinct is certainly under and no points here, but I guess if I'm backing the Bills a little bit, I can't really put that in line with Bills.
Yeah, if the Bills win this game, it probably goes over, or at least I'd say that's the correlating side in total there. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay. And yeah, chat, we can take a peep at the PrizePicks board as well for this game. More than happy to. Look at all the bets in the handle on the under on Pickett. I know it's early, but over $2 million already wagered on this game, right? That's a lot of action on the under there. And that's real life coins that we know for a fact people are locking in on Pickett. So that's probably not a great sign for the under, seeing how public it is, right? But I'd still say I lean that way. But I'm happy I got an angle on the side because I don't want to bet that total. I don't. All right. What about the 2 baseball games? I'm going to take a peep at the 2 baseball games here real quick. Obviously, Mets and Dodgers we talked about. We didn't talk about Alex Cobb versus Rodon. We did not talk about that. Jovan, you want to get the ball moving on that? Cleveland and the Yankees, Cobb versus Rodon?
Yeah. My gut definitely tells me this is the game the Guardians steal. I'll tell you that. And then I think the Yankees are winning this series decently comfortably, but I'm not so sure how I feel about the Mets in game 1. And I feel like we're going to get a dog to win today. If it wasn't the daytime Dodgers, I'd probably be on the Dodgers because I do think the Mets are kind of dead. And I think the magic is over, and the Dodgers are the team to stop that. But Alex Cobb, for however long he's going to pitch, I feel like he has a pretty decent outing against the Yankees today. He's kind of not only a pitcher that's seen these guys quite a few times, but now he's had his feet under him with a start in the playoffs, and the changeup arsenal works really well. So I do feel like this is the one that the Guardians maybe come out of the gate and say, we're here. Like the magic is still live and well, and then they're going to steal one against the Yankees, who have been off for a little longer. Kind of the same thing that we saw with the Mets and the Dodgers in game 1. Then the Yankees kind of cruise throughout the rest of the series. So I do like the Guardians game 1. I don't know if I'm going to get there, though.
Yeah, it'd be a very Yankees move to lose game 1, and nobody deserves a loss more than Carlos Rodon after his actions in that last start. And then maybe the Yankees win game 2, they win game 3, and then maybe the Guardians get one more the rest of the series. I know it's a best-of-7 series, but kind of with you on that angle. Maybe Cleveland takes some of that magic from their last game. They steal win in the first game of the series. They catch the Yankees sleeping a little bit. But then you see the Yankees wake up in game 2 and going forward. I can see that. I can see that.
I mean, I could very well see the Guardians not winning a game in the series after tonight. Maybe they steal one of the ones in Cleveland and ends in 6, but I think the Yankees, they win the series comfortably. Just don't know if that starts tonight.
Okay. All right. And then Mets-Dodgers. What's your take in that game?
Yeah, again, I think the Mets are dead. So, the only reason I'm not on the Dodgers in this game is because it is the daytime Dodgers, and they're coming off a 9-0 win last night. So, it's a bullpen game, which went very, very well the last time they did that against the Padres. And the bullpen's been absolutely lights out recently. But I'm just not so sure. The Mets, it's not even that the Mets, are just not scoring runs and the late game magic seems to be over. The at-bats look drastically different. And yes, they're facing a Dodgers bullpen that's historic right now. They've been fantastic, but they just did not look competitive in many facets of the at-bat. And really, towards the end of their series, they didn't either. It was just late game. They were getting some stuff to go their way against the Phillies in that series. But the at-bats really concerned me yesterday. And again, I know it was a non-competitive game for a majority of it, but it never really felt like they were able to get themselves going. So I fear that that's going to kind of drag throughout the series. And I don't know, maybe they steal one here, but kind of same thing as the other series. I don't see the series being all that tricky, especially if the Dodgers bullpen keeps pitching like they are.
Yeah, it should be the Dodgers and the Yankees, no problem.
Yeah, well, that's one I really think it is, Krabs. Nobody wants it. Not tonight, just in the series, but nobody wants to see it. I kind of want to see it at this point. I'm 100% guilty.
Well, I agree with you there, but I would say the Mets are probably the most popular team to root for, which definitely is not a good thing and does not mean that they're sharp, but people definitely want to root for the Mets against the Dodgers. I wouldn't say people are rooting or thinking the Guardians can win or beat the Yankees at this point. I don't know if that's the case, right? I feel like people are either just rooting against the Yankees out of hate, which I love, or they're betting on the Yankees because they know the series is toast. But the Mets are probably America's team that's left at this point after the Magic season they've had. Magic close out to the season, regular season. They finished very, very strong. Probably not a good sign for the Mets to be America's favorite team, but look, every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, and you see the worst team figure it out, and they win games. If the Mets don't win this game, they're done. And my future's test. They have to win this game tonight if they want a chance against the Dodgers, the way they're playing right now.
Yeah.
They have to win tonight.
I think today is their best shot. Daytime game, lefty on the bump, veteran on the bump, and Mineo.
After a 9-0 win as well.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, if they can't get one tonight, I'd be really worried. Really, really worried.
But if they can get one tonight, I still think the Mets have a chance. Obviously, hindsight 2020, and that makes perfect sense. They tie the series up 1-0 or 1-1. Obviously, they got a chance, but if they win tonight, I still believe.
Yeah, I think it depends on how they do it too. Because if they're just relying on Mineo to have a masterclass, which I mean, again, he very well could, and the bats never really get going. My confidence is not really going to go anywhere with them. I need to see the bats wake up, not just have one or two big hits in moments toward the end of the game. I need to see them touch up the Dodgers bullpen a little bit, which is tough because nobody's done it in the postseason yet.
Yeah. Is it the over or under in the Mets game? Curb's asking. I don't know if I'd be betting an over after a 9-0 game. I'd probably lean the under.
Yeah.
I'd probably lean the under.
Benjamin Morrison out for the season. GG Goots.
Wow. That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Best CB in college football.
Yeah, that just get announced?
Guess so.
Shit. Oh.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough loss, Goots, but we'll see. We'll see if the Irish can, power through some adversity there. If anybody can, it'd be the Irish. They've done it before. All right, 27 wins, baby. Better hope it's not 28 this year. Parlay Scrub, you were literally in diapers or couldn't wipe your own bottom the last time they won a World Series. So they're more than due. And 24 of those World Series were literally when milk got delivered fresh every morning. Probably by the guy pitching to Babe Ruth. So I wouldn't really take this into consideration much at this point, right? This organization's been pretty moose since I've been alive and can remember baseball, right? They've been pretty moose.
Yeah.
But if they can't do it this year, probably can't do it ever. Jovan, we still got about 15 minutes here before Surge and W early BTL chat. Thanks, guys, for getting up early. No TMA today, unfortunately. Mikey, obviously, up in Jersey for this game tonight. And me and Goots are going to go meet up with him and hit up MetLife for the Jets and Bills game tonight. I'll have a Jets ticket in my pocket. Already locked in the +1.5. Jovan, hopefully we can both win. And you can get the ML, and I get the +1.5, right?
Bills by 1.
Bills by 1.
That would be
and we're all happy, except for Mikey, boots on ground. That would be Moose. But yeah, big game tonight, guys. Excited to go. If anybody else is going to be going to the game, let me know in the chat. Krabs, what's the cash out offer on the Mets tickets? Well, after last night, it's probably not good, but I'm happy to check real quick. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, it's the Mets to make it to the World Series future.
They win tonight and don't look good doing it. I think you take it, Krabs.
They win tonight and they don't look good doing it.
They win tonight without scoring. I would say you take it.
Yeah, typically in spots like this, I try to look at, how angry I'm going to be if I cash out and it hits compared to the joy I'll get from making the money on the cash out, right? And, the anger, the pain that I'll feel if I cash that out and they somehow pull off a crazy Nats, something they write fucking movies about and make ESPN 30 for 30s about, the anger that I'll have significantly outweighs the happiness and joy I get from cashing out that ticket. Although you're not wrong.
Also fair.
Although you're definitely not wrong, and you're probably just trying to put some coins in my pocket like a good friend, right? I don't know if I have the guts. I think at this point I might just have to let it ride. I really do. And maybe get cute and try to back the Dodgers in the series at some point, or maybe in an elimination game.
Yeah, I guess if you like nuked it, then that would be one thing.
Yeah, it's $100, 0.4 units.
Yeah.
Right. I got the cash out pulled up here, I believe. And I have to pass by fucking Colorado's under 5.5 win total to get there. That's super beat. Yeah, Mets right now. I do still have a $507 cash out on the $100 play. And if they win tonight, I'm sure that'll go up once again. But that's a lot more than I was expecting after that first game loss.
I wasn't expecting that much down 0-1.
Huh. Same. Same. Maybe they think the Mets win today. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. That makes me like the Mets even more. Let's fucking go, chat. We got a pulse. Okay. We might not have a life, but we have a pulse. We're alive. We don't have a life, but we're alive. Okay. Instant cash out, they're saying in chat. What will it pay out? See, this is also why I don't want to fucking cash it out. It's $100 to win $2,300. Right? Like, that's little to no risk on a team that just has the magic this season. We'll see how much magic they have tonight. I feel like we're going to learn a lot about this Mets team and their future in this game tonight. I do. All right. Jovan, we still have about 10 minutes here, and we do have Surge right after this as well, chat. So stick around. All right. Get your sell jobs ready and primed up for Trent. All right. Give him a sell job so good he has to tail it. All right. Whether it's PrizePicks or straight bets, get locked in. We've got Surge starting up here soon. We got Trent Super Goats coming in, resubbing. Love to see it. Sup, fellas. Hope we had a solid weekend. Well, got absolutely destroyed yesterday on the books, but Saturday was pretty solid, Trent. So I appreciate you. We've got AJ coming in, resubbing as well. Dubs. All right. Jovan, before we get to the squad rides, I would love to take a peep at PrizePicks here for a sec. Can we take a look at the PrizePicks board?
Take a peek.
Can we take a look at the Godsynth? I locked that in on the offshore, so I don't have a cash out for that Eagles play, but I do have that locked in on my offshore. Didn't want to lock it in on the books because I didn't think it had a fucking chance of hitting. Okay. Locked it in on the offshore. Do not have a cash out offer for that, but can't be good. Can't be good. All right. Let's take a peep at some PrizePicks squares here. Let's start out with some Monday Night Football talk. Obviously, we have the Sharp Report squares. Don't need to go back over those puppies. But you are on Josh Allen more than rushing yards in this game tonight, Jovan. You are also on Lazard more than receiving yards. And I've got Breece Hall more than rushing receiving combo. And Aaron Rodgers less than half an interception. So we've already got 4 squares in that game for tonight, which is a W. Is there anything else that was looking at you funny that you wanted to talk through here?
Not too much, to be honest with you. I mean, they have an interesting combo square up there for touchdowns. It's the only one offered.
I think they literally just put that up 1 second ago.
I've seen it. It was up a little bit earlier, but
it was up earlier?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, weird, I would say. Decently weird.
Josh Allen and Braylon Allen, the Allen toothpaste. That's probably why they're putting that up.
Probably. It's a funny
Allen toothpaste.
backup quarterback involved. I do think Josh Allen, once you get to the goal line, especially, I feel like that's where you're going to see some design runs for him. Especially because I don't think it's going to be easy sledding against the Jets defense. So I would not be surprised if Josh Allen was the one to do that. I have seen a good amount of Josh Allen touchdowns today, though. So I know I'm not on an island with that one. But there's not really too many squares for this game that I'm really screaming to get involved with.
All right. Well, chat wants a BTL 4-piece. It doesn't have to be just in this game. And we could also give them the sharp report squares as well. Wouldn't mind that either. But you want to take a peep at, you got any hockey squares or baseball squares that we could look at maybe?
Hockey squares. We could get involved, Krabs.
Here, I'll be back in 1 minute. I got to go to the bathroom. And then we're going to lock in a BTL format here. But get the ball rolling. Maybe take a peep at MLB or NHL. I'll be back in 1 second and we can start crafting here.
Yeah, we'll take a peek. We have to get involved. Lazard have a receiving yard in first quarter. Is that a square? Not that I would be taking that. No, they don't. They don't have that. GG's. But he's going to get involved for sure. Wise Cook first on pop tab. He's banged up. I mean, because he's James Cook. And he's had a demon touchdown, which is not usually the case. Or it's been the case. Normal square has been the case more times than not so far this season. So people see a demon, they want to get involved, starting running back. So it makes sense. People love those. Adam Fox for a point. I would not hate taking squares in. I mean, I'm involved in the Rangers game. Obviously, I'm involved in the Penguins game. Do we have Igor squares up? Igor saves could be the play off of that shit performance. What's up, Matt? It could be Igor saves off that moose shit performance against Utah. Back in the Garden. That could be it. Do a
Back in Igor in the Garden after Igor a Moose game?
After giving up 6 goals.
Huh. NHL, the most popular square today on PrizePicks, most popular category. Probably because we got these early games. NHL. Let me take a peep at that goalie saves. No goals allowed squares anymore. Super beat.
Yeah, not for today. Not for today.
You said you like that Igor more than 26.5?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down for that.
I'm going through in my head here some of the options we have for game script, because I think Igor is going to have a solid performance. I think Jari's going to have a good one too, even though he was getting peppered in that last game that they didn't win, but give up a shit ton of goals against the Rangers.
Thanks, Matt. You see that Dylan Gunther half a point square that's up there? It's on the pop tab. You don't have to go far.
Yeah, that's early though, Krabs. That's about to start.
It is about to start. You tell me that's hitting?
Yeah. I don't want to fade that yet. I don't want to fade that yet.
What about Dougie Hamilton? That's also early. Shit.
Also early.
Out square though. Huh. Okay. Well, maybe we roll with that Igor square.
Yeah, we can put that one in the queue.
There's got to be another NFL square too that we can find, man. Greg the leg, more than 1.5 field goals made.
Could it be Greg?
I like that angle. Because I do like that they have that Breece Hall square up for a tutty. Like maybe he does everything except for fucking score. And they stall out. Greg the leg field goal legacy game.
You could see that.
Looks like his field goals on the books. He is minus 120 to the under. Okay. Well, Greg, maybe next time, buddy. Maybe next time. Looking through some of these fantasy scores as well.
There's not much there.
Legacy game. He already had one.
Who?
Conk. Big Conk.
Conk. Yeah, he had his shot, man.
He came through last week.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Turner Max said it's Tyler Bass, even though it's a gob. Really? He is minus 155. Jesus. That's crazy.
That's why he's a gob.
You like Brees Hall rush attempts? Probably not. You'd rather take Josh Allen rush attempts more than 7.
Probably would. I don't have anything against Brees Hall rush attempts. It's just something I feel is off in that game with the Jets. And Brees Hall does happen to be every single bet on the feed.
What about that Josh Allen more than 7 rush attempts? I feel like that kind of correlates with that, score you already talked.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just take the yards than the attempts.
Okay. I was probably going to put those 4 squares we did for the sharp reports in a little 4-man same game guys, man.
I mean, yeah. I feel like that was always the plan. I don't know if this is the best slate to go off script. It's like we really don't have all that much.
Okay. Well, then why don't we just go ahead and lock in the BTL 4-man with the sharp report plays?
Yeah.
Okay. People are buying too hard into the investing into the run game comment from the new head coach. Huh.
Yeah,
well, good thing I have that receiving yard combo. Shit. But I'd be surprised if they don't try to establish the run here after hitting the reset button.
They should. They absolutely should.
I'd be surprised if they don't. Yep. Okay. Why don't we craft up a little squad ride action here, chat? All right. We've had a good month so far. All right. Not the best weekend. 1 win, 1 push, 1 L. But we are 8-4-1 so far this month for squad rides. All right. Pretty solid, if I could say so myself. Why don't we lock in? Good, so you can run that shit, and let's lock in a winner for tonight. All right, chat. Let's fucking lock in. Let's find a winner. We are going to the Berg in the football game tonight, unfortunately, but we can put the Penguins ML in this puppy, right?
Yep.
Let's put the Penguins ML in there. You want to put the Mets in here?
I mean, if you're pretty confident, sure.
You want to put the Mets and the Guards in here?
I could be convinced.
We could put both dogs in and let the chat decides.
Fair.
Right? We don't have a ton of options for today. Let's take a peek back at the ice. Stay away from those early starts. Obviously, the Rangers are pretty juicy on the ML there. Penguins are probably going to be the squad ride anyways. I don't have any angles really in that Colorado Islanders game late night. They're probably lean the Avs after starting 0-2, but they're laying minus 163. So not in a rush to really bet that. Maybe we keep it quality over quantity today and go with the baseball dogs and the Penguins on the ML.
Do you like the Mets better or the under better? 8.5 down to 8 after yesterday's debacle.
I mean, I like the Mets better. I'm going to bet them already. They're on the sharp report. The total is a little bit more public than I thought, but the splits look good. 52% of bets, 67% of the handle on that under. I don't hate it, but I'd probably like the Mets a little bit better here. We could put the Mets ML and that under in there. We could put the Guards ML and that Mets under in there if you want. I'm not opposed to any of those pivots.
I mean, we have 4 plays to fill it out. Might as well put both.
All right. Why don't we put the Penguins ML in there? And we'll put some baseball in here for you guys. All right. No WNBA. Fucking Liberty were on the only teams this weekend that took care of business. Liberty coming through.
Liberty.
All right. Why don't we go with the Mets ML? We'll go Mets and Dodgers under 8. And we'll go Guardians ML. Okay. Chat, 4 plays, 4 winners. A lot of plays on the diamond for tonight. You guys know what plays we're most confident in, though, obviously. The Penguins, we're both on those. Both on the Penguins on the ML for the sharp reports. Unfortunately, we do have a Battle Berg in this football game tonight. But we do like the Mets on the ML, the Mets, Dodgers under 8, and the Guardians on the ML. I think the dogs will be barking on the diamonds. We'll get at least one of those 2 dogs to win outright. So click the right button, chat. Okay, it looks like you're already off to a hot start here. Penguins taking an early, very early lead, very big lead. Okay, Penguins, I'm out. People want them. They want to go to the ice. And you know what? After Friday's squad ride, I don't blame them.
Put Rav on the stand.
Let's give Rav a goddamn chance, chat. Penguins ML, we're both on it. Okay, Mets ML. Love that play as well, but, you know, I have that future too. I will be locking them in. I do like the Mets on the ML. I like that under as well. And I'm with Jovan. I wouldn't be surprised if the Guardians steal one here, but could be a tough road ahead after tonight. But maybe Alex Cobb's got a little bit more magic in him against Carlos Rodon. All right, yeah. Not opposed to fading him at all, to be honest with you. Chat, lock in. 4 plays, 4 winners. Penguins ML, Mets Dodgers under 8, and the Guardians on the ML. Okay. We will be up in Jersey at MetLife with Mikey. Me and Gucci about to hop on a train and head up there. Let's have a fucking night tonight, gents. I'm sure we'll have sweats tonight. We got the Surge stream starting up right after this. Okay, Monday Night Football will be Goots on grounds for that game tonight. And I'll be on the Jets. We'll see how it plays out. Okay.
And Cam Rising out indefinitely. GG.
Wow, they're calling it. They're calling it. Is there any chance he could still get a medical red shirt and come back again next year? Probably.
I mean, there's probably a way.
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure they would love to have him back. Right?
He just needs to hang it up, dude.
Yeah, but when he's healthy, he's good, bro. He's just not healthy, clearly.
Yeah,
clearly.
He's never been healthy. It's the problem. He hasn't been healthy in fucking 3 years.
Larry Bird, I'm going right there, bro. I'm going right there. Okay. Don't really have a lot of time to hang out around there, unfortunately, tonight, but about to hop on the train after this. That's why we did early BTL, and about to be at that stadium. Anybody hitting the game tonight at MetLife? Let me know. Let's link up. Let's get a beer. All right. Looks like it's going to be the Penguins on the ML. Dubs. That's what I wanted to happen. Love that, Jovan. Taking a trip to the ice. They treated us well so far this season. All right, 1-0 on squad rides on the ice. Let's make it 2-0 after tonight. Dubs.
Let's do it.
All right, W Day, W Show chat. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right. I'll catch you guys up there at MetLife later today with Goots on ground, Boots on ground. All right, we'll catch you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.